Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So while I'm waiting to get a shower down here in Laredo, I figured I'd tell you some stuff I was thinking about last night when I was driving. And, anybody who's been in the military will tell you, no matter what unit you were in or group of people you were working with while you were in, most of us had nicknames. Even if one person called you by that nickname, everybody had nicknames. And when I was in hospital corps school, when I had just gotten moved in, got my barracks assignment, there were four bunks to a barracks room. And anyway, I was standing in there. I'd just gotten done showering. I was standing there with my skivvies, combing my hair, jamming to Rat, Round and Round, and one of my roommates came in, and I had a little bit of a pooch on me, a belly, and anyway, so he right away he says Peglet. So that was my nickname when I was in hospital corps school. Well, as luck would have it, Mr. 5'2" or 3" with a big round red nose, and his name was Charlie. Guess what? He was Charlie the Elf, and we had a blast with that. We went out and bought a bunch of candy canes and filled his pillowcase with candy canes and put it on his bed for him. We composed a letter and addressed it to Charlie the Elf at the North Pole, and I wrote the letter and said, "Dear Charlie the Elf, I've been a really good boy this year. Would you please put in a good word with Santa? For Christmas this year, I want," and we came up with a big list of stuff, and I took it to the master at arms at the barracks, downstairs, and I told him, I says, now, when you bring mail call, bring this to Charlie, tell him they sent it to the North Pole and it was automatically redirected to this barracks to give to him. And of course Charlie, he was always, "You guys are too much," or however he said it. He was from Kansas, so he had one of those accents that wasn't really northern or southern. It was just like right in the middle. But yeah, and then we went just before Christmas. We went to the mall, and one of the guys went and talked to the Santa there at the mall, and kind of gave him a heads up what was going on. And I told him, we're walking down through the mall, and I told him, I said, "Charlie," I said, "we got a little surprise for you for Christmas." I said, "There's somebody that you haven't seen in a long time that's really looking forward to seeing you, And he said, "From Kansas?" I said, "Well, no, not exactly, We came around the corner, and Santa jumped up, and he said, 'Charlie the Elf,' he said, 'I've missed you so much.' He said, 'We're so short-handed at the North Pole.'" And he's like, "Man, you guys are too much." I said, "Charlie," I said, "Santa needs you. He needs your help. He's behind on his toys. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna save Christmas, Charlie?" "Man, you guys are too much." Yeah, we had a good time with that one. Anyway, that's all I got for today, folks. You be safe out there, alright? Have fun in life. That's all I can say.